What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are kind of working on part 2 of the Z. If you saw in the previous video, I'll have that in the description below. I worked on painting the rear cross brace cover, which you can hopefully see through the window there. Painting that, and in that video I mentioned that I was also fixing the crack in the A-pillar. Now, I put some epoxy on here in that video and I just scraped it off a few minutes ago because one, it didn't stick, and two, I think maybe the paint had something to do with the reaction, or I just didn't mix it up well enough. So you can see the crack is still there. So what I'm gonna work on now is just trying to scrape and sand the paint away from the crack, so that way I can kind of start fresh, and that way I can get a perfect bond in this crack, so that way I can start bondoing and painting after that. Something that I probably wouldn't ever want to do to a car, take a razor to it.
Just trying to clean out the crack to get to the plastic.
How far do you want to go? Like, I don't want to go, you know, a big gap, right? Just like a few millimeters?
Exactly, yeah, we need to just get it down to like the plastic so we can bond everything.
See, that's some of the adhesive right there, that large chunk.
So we're getting the leading edge.
Oh dude, that scares me.
Why? We're fixing it.
I know we're fixing it, but it's just crazy to take a razor straight to a car like this.
But no, if we can get this paint off, like now we're down to the plastic.
Yeah.
The epoxy is gonna bond to the plastic, nice and secure, and then when we do body filler and stuff, sand it all smooth, it'll be perfect.
Yeah. And we are gonna do this on the car because I don't want to risk taking this off and cracking it even more. I'm not sure how secure this is. I know it comes off, but we were able to paint the brakes and the calipers on the car itself. Dang. Well, there's no going back now.
But see, now we're at plastic, so we can now bond these two pieces together.
Yeah.
And get them secure. And then as we start sanding it and body filling it, we will now be able to have one piece of plastic.
We're kind of not sure what was painted and what wasn't painted.
I know for a fact the trunk lid was, this roof was, because you can see the other color on top of it.
Yeah. Well, dang.
I'd say half of the car's probably painted. Which for a 10-year-old car, that's not too uncommon for what it is.
So with that all done with the razor, I'm not going to go ahead and sand it just yet. Brian made a good point that if we leave it rough like this, we'll have more surface area for the epoxy to cure to it. And then once that fills in all of the cracks and everything, then we can sand that smooth. Now the only thing I wish I had was a clamp, which I don't have at the moment, to hold this in place while it's drying. So I may just have to stand here for a little bit. Well, this actually cured much faster than I was anticipating. It's only been about 15-20 minutes and it is rock solid. There's no movement in this piece on the left side at all. So I think it's time to start sanding. I'm gonna take the 400 grit. It's been about 10 minutes of sanding and this is our progress so far. You can see we have a nice spot sanded around the crack there. All the epoxy is nice and smooth.
For the straight edge, you can see the low spots.
Yeah.
I don't think the camera can see it, but down here is a low spot. So the goal is to connect this to this, being nice and smooth.
Yeah.
So that's why our highest spots are right about here. But because this whole center section is lower, which needs to be filled. But we just want to at least get the whole area covered.
Yeah.
But now we're kind of filling in the lowest spots.
Okay.
With this tool, we can kind of shape our bottom a little bit.
Yeah.
But
so that is layer 1, you guys, and it's basically just a sand repeat until everything is perfectly smooth. So we'll see how many layers of Bondo we have to do. So it's really just, it depends on your project, how many layers and how much sanding you have to do. With round 1 of the Bondo and sanding completed, you can see on the bottom here, there's still a bit of a rough spot. I have everything as smooth as possible except for that area and the little spot up top. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a second coat of the Bondo. Welcome to the next day working on the Z, as there's a smudge on my lens. Welcome back to day 2 working on the 350. As you can see, I've got some prep work ready and getting everything ready for paint. This is layer number 2 of the Bondo. I already went ahead and sanded it this morning. There are a few indentions, so I'm gonna have to do a 3rd layer of Bondo. Just the bottom here, I think where the major separation was of the crack, is where there's a little bit of a rough spot. So it's been about another hour. I've done 3 more coats of Bondo with sanding in between. So you can see the coverage that we have, really good amount. But on the bottom here, we have a nice smooth transition between the crack that is running right down here. You can see there's no Bondo on top of this crack or the epoxy that's right there. And so far this is looking really good. It's much better than my expectations. can see just how much more surface area we've covered with the Bondo. And the reason we did that is because there was a indentation where the crack was, so it was there were higher spots on each side, and then it dipped in the middle. So just by doing that small layer of Bondo around the crack, it didn't do anything. It didn't fill it up enough, so we had to match it and go a little bit wider. And now we have a perfectly smooth surface, very nice edge on the bottom. One trick that we did as well, instead of using the sandpaper by hand, so you just have a finger or two adding the pressure, that put a lot of divots in the surface of the paint there on the Bondo. So what we did is just take one of our vinyl squeegees and put the sandpaper around it, so that way we got more surface area to create a flatter surface. You could use a sanding block, but this is just a helpful tip that actually worked very well. So this is a completely flat surface. And before we move on to primer, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my 2500 sandpaper, just kind of go over the rest of the paint here and make it a little more even, since I kind of have some random spots here from the sandpaper. So since the last clip, I did one more layer of Bondo, and it was just a small ring right here. I'm not gonna go far out, I just want to cover the Bondo, and we'll see what happens from there.
So that's covering well.
Did I cover any more?
Yeah, cover that pink.
So we've technically done 3 coats of primer. The first one that you saw was the largest, and then where we've sanded, we've done the other coats of primer.
Really, if we can just get this imperfection good, everything else is buttery smooth. So everything's coming out really nice. We just got to smooth out this part right there.
Between the primer coats as well, we've used the 2000 sandpaper, just to make it smooth and kind of blend everything together. So it was primer, sand, primer, sand, primer, sand. That is awesome. You can't even tell where this crack was, which is awesome.
Yeah. The body work is very nicely done. The challenge now is just going to be blending the paint.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we have a lot of area, which is good, unlike when I did the Nismo.
So now we're just going to let that dry.
And I think the 2000,
yeah,
because that's a lot smoother than it was. Just a little bit to smooth it out, but that's about it.
So look at that, guys.
That's looking really good.
Can't even tell where the crack was.
I cannot tell at all where the Bondo was.
Alright guys, so we are moving on to paint. It has taken us 6 hours to get to this stage, but you know what? For a first time, honestly, I'm blown away with what we've done on the outside. I think it looks really good.
You did a good job on the Bondo and bodywork. It looks pretty smooth.
Everything is uniform, it's smooth. We got the whole car taped up with packaging from other car parts.
Now is the tricky part with blending the paint.
Yeah. So
I don't think we're gonna get away with not having new color on this right here.
Yeah, I thought we could keep some of this.
We'll try not to,
but
at least we have all of this to blend the new color, which is good.
Because I want to say it's a little darker, but it's still wet, so that's why it looks darker.
And it's not clear coated yet.
True.
But this kind of blend is looking good.
Yeah.
The thing is, I see raindrops.
Yeah, so we'll get the cover out
right now.
Yeah, okay. We'll be back. All right, take 2 with our new cover here. Dude, it looks so good. I know it's still wet and everything, but there's no crack.
Yeah, the bodywork is very nicely done.
Dude, I'm so happy right now.
I mean, it looks, well, from this angle, it needs more color.
Well, yeah.
The blend is looking good here. The colors are off because there's no clear coat, so it's a little hard.
Well, right.
But the blend is looking good here.
So we are at 4 coats of paint right now, and I think we're going to stop there and start with the clear coat. Probably do 3 or 4 clear coats as well. So we are about to put on coat number 4, and this is looking really, really good. At first we weren't too sure, but the clear coat has definitely, what would you say, Bri, brought out the, not the shyness, the color.
It brought out the metallic.
Yeah, so I don't know how well the camera is going to pick this up, but we'll definitely have to buff this whole entire piece and just make it blend a little bit better. So we are going to do clear coat number 4, and that'll fix the one little crack right here that caused the entire thing. And as you can tell, completely gone. As you guys know with the channel, if you're not a subscriber, we do a lot of DIY projects and show you guys how you can save money. This project technically didn't cost me anything. I bought $50 worth of paint to do the strut brace cover. That was $50 worth of paint, and I had enough to carry over to this project. So if you were doing this project, $50 worth of paint is probably a good rough guess. But if you were to take this to a professional body shop, they'd probably charge you $300–400, somewhere in that range, just depending on the shop.
Oh,
so,
rain drops.
Do we? Okay, hold on guys. So apparently the rain is back, but anyway, a professional shop would probably charge you $300–400, and so for $50, we're showing you guys how you can do this at home, even if you've never done this before. Really a simple process, but it's taken us about 7 hours because you do have to watch the paint dry. So
it does take some skill, of course, with the body work, because you have to make sure the body work is smooth.
True.
And the primer and paint is very important to get blended properly, which I think we did a pretty darn good job. And then the clear coat, you just want it nice and like wet on there to where it's going to be shiny, and then when we buff it at the end, it'll look normal, which it should. So we got a few raindrops on it right now. We got to let that just dry, and then we'll just do like 2000 grit sandpaper on it, one more coat of clear, and then that's it until we buff it.
Going across our paint line here, so far there's no overspray. We have really nice clean lines, I should say, and this was definitely a really good idea. If you're painting, I definitely recommend some kind of sheet like this. Dude, that looks really, really good.
It does. It looks a hair darker, yeah. So we may or may not.
Well, we didn't polish it yet. Is that gonna make a difference on the shine?
No, we got a little overspray, but at least this just wipes right off.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. That's coming right off. So the car needs a good wash after this.
The blend looks really nice
but
in this piece.
Yeah.
It looks a little lighter as we get down here. And once we polish it out, it'll smooth out, because this is more rough feeling because we just have overspray clear coat.
Yeah.
That's a little bit smoother, but it'll still be sanded and polished.
It is day 3 now. As you can see, we are working on buffing the A-pillar, and right now, before we did the buffing, it kind of looked a little bit darker than the rest of the car, but after Brian's done a couple passes on here, there's hardly a difference between those two panels there, isn't there? It matches the roof pretty good. Now we're just using some of our innovative wireless wash, and we got the nice little, like travel size bottle?
Yeah, convenient for
little stuff. This pillar matches the quarter panel, the hood, and this piece back here, which is a little more important than the roof. But I don't know how well the camera is really going to show this off. You can even see the metallic flake, or whatever the paint code was.
Yeah.
How it matches with this piece here. Dude, it looks so good. It looks so good.
You'd be hard pressed to tell that it was actually painted.
Yeah, I think we did a really good job.
It's slightly darker, but when we look at this fade or the blend, this whole thing blends nicely. I might need a little more buffing right here and right here.
I was gonna say, I think the roof looks a little darker, to be honest.
I mean,
because the roof just looks like it's a different color than the rest of the car. This matches well with the whole A-pillar.
Yeah. I mean, the car has a lot of paint on it.
Yeah,
but
it's not in the best condition overall, but we just made it look that much better.
And that,
so
you really would not at all guess.
Yeah.
Like, from here I would never think it. From here I would never think it.
Only we know and you guys know. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I think we're gonna end it there, doing the budget style DIY paint on the Z. Again, cost me around $50. If you were to take this somewhere, you're probably looking at a couple $100s. So hopefully this gives you the confidence to paint your own car if you have to. But that's gonna wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a huge thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button. We also have merchandise, link in the description below. Definitely check that out. And we'll see you guys in the next video.